Hi guys, this is Mrs. Kite coming at you with day 7 reading, May 19th. I'm going to do a little read aloud and we're going to go through what you need to do to fully complete your packet work today. Alright, reading learning opportunities today are 1. People around the world are documenting the unusual time at home with their families. Read about their creative ideas for making memories in the passage. Say cheese, families commemorate their isolation with portraits. Use the headings from the text to think about how each would apply to your family. Have a discussion with someone about each heading. For example, for the heading New Craze, New Togetherness, discuss how this pandemic has brought your family together. Work with another person to create your own family portrait. If a camera isn't handy, work with another person to sketch your family's portrait with the date and the list of people and animals pictured. Alright, this is also a 5C activity for collaboration because you'll work with somebody else for your discussion portion and if you choose to do the portrait. Alright, let's get to reading together. Say Cheese, Families Commemorate Their Isolation with Portraits by Christian Science Monitor, adapted by Newsletter staff on April 16th, 2020. Family portraits are changing in the time of the coronavirus. The coronavirus, a flu-like illness, began in December 2019 in China and has spread around the world. People have been staying home to help prevent the illness from spreading. In some photos, family members look over their fences. Only their eyes show. Another family poses behind their front door. Many of the portraits show space and distance. In one photo, each family member puts a head out of a separate window, for example. Well, new craze, new togetherness. Welcome to a new craze sweeping the photography community in Canada called portraits. These family portraits are often taken on porches. They are only one way of making the physical separation that many are feeling. However, they also highlight a new togetherness felt by many families. Eric McRitchie is a photographer in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He said people are living through an unusual period of time. People are together in a way they haven't been in a long time. That is something families want to hold on to, judging by McRitchie's busy calendar. At the start of April, he had done 25 photo shoots. He had 40 more to go. McRitchie is one of a group of photographers inspired by another photographer in Canada who took photos of people through their windows. Similar photos have started to pop up in the United States. The photos are called portraits or isolation portraits. Many of the photos poke fun. One family poses on their porch with rolls of toilet paper, which is hard to find in some places. Even the dog gets a roll. Others dress up in costumes or party clothes. They are taking a break from the worry that comes with the coronavirus. Other photos are more serious. They show the stillness and separation the illness has brought. Carol Payne is a professor of photography at Carleton University in Ottawa, Canada. These are really interesting documents, she said. Many of the photographs include windows or walls. Adults are separated from elderly parents in nursing homes or isolated healthcare workers can see their children only through windows. Portraits will show how people got through together, she says. They are telling their future selves what it was like to live through this, Payne said. It is the history of individual people and how they got through it, she said. Turning a difficult moment into something positive. Many of the photographers, like McRitchie, aren't making money from it. He asks families to donate to a food bank if they can. It's really just trying to take a moment of difficulty and turning it into something positive, he said. John Newfield's family was photographed in early April in Calgary. It was the day they had planned to have their daughter's 5th birthday party. Instead, she dressed up in pink and they ate birthday cake on the front steps. McRitchie was invited. It was one of 4 front porch birthday parties he had celebrated that week. Neufeld said it had been fun to see the other portraits posted online. If you look through the collection, we're all on our porches, he says. A return to slower living. Photographers are used to different backgrounds and lighting. However, McRitchie said he has documented family togetherness and a return to slower living. He has noticed more teens out walking with their parents. Before, mom or dad would go for a walk and ask, "You guys want to come?" And the kids are like, "No, not a chance." But now they're out together, he said. It's easy to feel down right now, and getting a break from that helps, he said. Seeing people laughing and having fun is good, he said. It's reminding us of the strength we can find together. So here for your heading discussion for your 5C activity. You're going to use the headings from the text to think about how each would apply to your family. Have a discussion with someone about each heading. For example, for the heading New Craze, New Togetherness, you can discuss how this pandemic has brought people in your family closer together. So to do this, I'm going to do something really simple, and I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to go up to Edit, and I'm going to go to this Copy button. Then I'm going to come back to my table here on slide 21, and then I'm going to put my cursor here in this, and I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to do the same for each of these headings, so that way I have all of the headings in one easy to find place. So that when I have my discussion with my family or my friends, I can see what headings I'm trying to say. Let's see, and we have one more. There we go. Alright, so now that I have all the headings, I can come over here and I can write down the points of the discussion with your family. So make sure you use complete sentences and try to sum up your discussion in one sentence. For your family portrait, if you are taking a picture of it, remember you can go to Insert Image. If you're on mobile, this will say From Photos, or from your photo albums here, it says Upload from Computer. You'll want to save it to whatever device you're working on Google Classroom on. If you're just sending it to your teacher via via ClassDojo or via their Google Voice phone, then that's something to keep in mind as well. So today's vocabulary for synonyms and antonyms looks a little bit different. We have a poem we're going to read, and we're going to look at the underlined words. Then we have this box of other words over here. Using the words in the box, we're going to replace the underlined words in the poem and put them on the table on slide 25. We're going to write the synonym or antonym in the table beside every word to show how we use the word. So let's read the poem together. The teacher took my iPod. My teacher took my iPod. She said they had a rule. I couldn't bring it into class or even to the school. She said she would return it. I'd have it back that day. But then she tried my headphones on and gave a click on play. She looked a little startled, but after just a while, she made sure we were occupied and cracked a wicked smile. Her body started swaying. Her toes began to tap. She started grooving in her seat and rocking to the rap. My teacher said she changed her mind. She thinks it's now okay to bring my iPod into class. She takes it every day. All right, so let's look at the table over here. All right. I am replacing the words. So our underlined words were took, return, startled, occupied, wicked, began, thinks. We have to replace it with a word in the box. So let's look at took. We're going to come over here and look at this. So we've got to find a word over here that means took. Our first word is keep. So I'm going to try to plug it in. My teacher keep my iPod. While that makes sense, I don't think that is exactly what it means to take something. Because if she's keeping it, she's not talking about taking it away first. So first we need to find something that means take. Believes. My teacher believes my iPod. Don't think so. I don't think that works. The iPod is not necessarily telling her something. My teacher confiscated my iPod. Oh, that's a big word. I'm going to come back to that, and I'm going to use the other words that I do know. Busy. My teacher busy my iPod? No, that doesn't make much sense, does it? My teacher evil my iPod? No. While you might think your teacher is a little evil for taking an iPod, it's not a very good synonym for took. Let's see. How about my teacher ceased my iPod? No, I don't think so. My teacher surprised my iPod? I don't think an iPod can be surprised. So I think if we're doing an antonym, we've got an antonym here, and so we have keep is a very good antonym for that, right? So we can write over here, keep is an antonym of took. But when we put it in the poem, my teacher keep my iPod, well, it just doesn't sound right. So let's look at this word, confiscated. If you know what it means, great. But if you don't, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pull up my friend dictionary.com. And on dictionary.com, I'm going to come over here. We have our word of the day, but I want to look up confiscated. So what is confiscated? What does it mean? I'm going to hit the search button. Sorry, my internet's running a little slow. I'm going to go ahead and hit confiscate because I know ed is a suffix. Confiscate. Oh, these definitions are a little bit tricky, aren't they? To seize or forfeit. To seize, what does it mean to seize something? So let's look that up. So it feels like that's a little tricky. So I'm going to go up to Google, actually, and I am going to find a dictionary for kids. Because I feel like this is really tricky. We're still waiting. Sorry about that, guys. Long. All right, so here I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to see if they have a better one for confiscate. To take by the power or authority. To take. Wait a minute. That sounds like something I've read. Let me come back over here. To take. What word were we replacing again? That's right, we were replacing the word took. So if I want to do a synonym, confiscated is a synonym of took. Oh. So I'm going to come back to my chart, and I think I'm going to use a synonym. So I'm going to replace the word took with the word confiscates. And it is a synonym. And that's all you have to do for that table. All right, really quickly, your writing today for day 7 is actually very, very simple. What you're doing for your day 7 writing is you're going to explain the author's purpose for writing the text, say cheese, families commemorate their isolation portraits. So that's all you're going to do for your writing activity. You're going to write an author's purpose sentence. So don't remember P-I-E. Author's purpose is to persuade, to inform, or to entertain. So remember your pie and try to figure out which of those authors' purpose this article is and how you know. And you're going to do that for your journal writing today, and that counts as your writing activity for today. Okay, 4th grade, thank you for spending some time with me this afternoon. I hope you guys have an awesome day. We miss you a whole bunch. And remember to come and check out our daily Zoom meetings from 11 to 12 so you can do some work with your awesome classmates and awesome teachers. All right, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.